What it do? What's happening? This is the Scouts Radar. Me and my guy, R.L. Martin, straight out of SA, San Antonio, Texas. I am Mark Henry, minus Ben Spicer, Showtime, and my guy, Mike Morris, Sr. Both of the guys are out of the pocket today. But hey, the show must go on, man. The Scouts Radar is going to be brought to you.
Show must go on.
Show must go on. We're going to hold it down for those brothers today. And we're going to kick it off, man. We're going to start down in your neck of the woods, RL. Let's get it popping.
Before we kick it, bro, I got to say
what you got to say. Fellas.
You know, I got to say something, man. The fellas aren't here.
All right.
You know, the fellas aren't here right now. Okay. So, you know, just to let them know, we are, you know, they are in our hearts and in our minds. We always thinking about them. The show goes on, but they'll be back and they jump right back in this thing. But to send a shout out to them fellas, I have to let them know. Just because the June bugs land on the windowsill don't mean you can go 85 miles an hour down the highway. They know what I'm talking about. You know, you got to keep it moving. Keep it moving, baby.
And hey, that's the RL recipe for you, man. It's been a while since we had it, man. We gotta have the sauce, man. We gotta have that gumbo, that sauce mixed.
A lot of them don't understand it, dog. They don't understand it. That's all right.
No doubt. But before we dive into the five guys today, anything on your mind? Anything on your mind from this past week? You know, the games that you saw. Anything stuck out?
Man, the one thing that I do want to say is the love that we're getting from the schools have actually watched the Scouts Radar. And from the love that we're getting from them as far as doing what we've been doing for the kids, putting their names out there, getting eyes on them, submitting them on lists or getting their names to coaches, all of that. I just want to say thank y'all for that. Brand new school that we just attended a game this past week was Davenport High School down here in Garden Ridge, Texas. And the love we got from that school and that district, that athletic program really was just great. So shout out to Coach JD over there at Davenport. Also shout out to Northeast ISD for the love they showed us when we went over to Hero Stadium for a football game over there as well. But hey, that's all I want to say is all of those that are watching this, if you would, please like, share, subscribe to the YouTube, but continue to watch us, continue to share this, because that's more and more eyes that get out there and get eyes on these athletes. That's what we're all about. That's what we want to do for the Scouts Radar. That's what we're about. That's what we're going to get done.
Most definitely. It's all about trying to increase, the exposure to that kids get, not just in the media, but like you said, to college coaches, to other, scouts that, we keep in contact with, and just furthering the movement of exposure. And that's what it's all about in our eyes. And, we try to get eyes on guys, and then, one of the guys today that we're going to talk about was seen on social media. So we hadn't seen the other guys. We've seen them with our own eyes, but this particular guy, we'll talk about him today, social media. So make that a point, parents, coaches, students, athletes, your social media can be critical for guys like us to see it, because we're heavy on social media all day. We trade things back and forth all day, every day. We're in contact with each other just about every day in some form or fashion, whether it's, something tagged on Twitter, something that we actually jump on the phone, or, we actually text about every day, just about 7 days a week, just about. And that's not including what we do 9 to 5 for all of us. So,
exactly.
It's a process that we enjoy. It's what we do. And, we want to put you guys on the radar so that you can be seen. But that being said, let's jump right into it. We're going to start with Ashton Dubose, quarterback, SA, San Antonio, Brennan High School, class of 2023. Give it to me.
All right. Ashton Dubose is a 6'2", 190-pound quarterback here. He plays at Brennan High School in San Antonio. He is in the North Side ISD, which is North Side Independent School District. I've been watching. I've had eyes on Ashton now for a couple years, and the progression that this kid has made. He is definitely. He's not done. I'll tell you that. He's still got another year to go. Um, this young man here is a dual threat quarterback who can throw in the pocket. I say it like that because you know what I'm talking about, fam. You got one that when he has to, he gonna stand and he gonna dance in that pocket till he finds his receiver. Then he's gonna let it go or he's gonna take off. But you also have a quarterback with the mindset that if it's not open and you leave me an alley, I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna take it to the house. On any given time that he does run, Ashton is under control. Ashton is so shifty and so quick that he just makes it look real easy. Um, but the one thing that I want to talk about with Ashton is he is a quarterback that can run. He's not a running back that can throw. He's a quarterback that can run. The thing that really stands out with me about Ashton is his poise in the pocket, and on many, many different occasions, you will see Ashton go 1, 2, 3 in his progressions. He's not just eyeing down one side of the field, throwing it to that receiver. He goes 1, 2, 3, back to 2, whatever it may be. Then he'll throw that ball. Footwork is great. Hands are real nice. So he's got them big hands where he making some really big throws, has a nice arm on him. And shout out to his O-line because his O-line really gets a lot of security around him. You hardly ever see this guy hitting the ground. But one thing I do want to say is that O-line over there is there's some guys over there that I need to know. You know what I'm saying? So Ashton, when you see this, my next guy that I'm gonna talk about, when you see this as well, I need you to tag them O-linemen because they're doing a hell of a job over there taking care of you. Let's give them some love as well. But big kudos out to Ashton. Big kudos out to Ashton today.
Yeah, I like everything about his game. The poise in the pocket you talked about, but he also stands tall in the pocket.
Yes.
He has that vision. If anybody that's played Madden back in the day, I would say maybe 10+ years ago, they had that QB vision when you could.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you remember that?
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So if you follow his head and his progressions, like you said, he goes through them.
Yes.
He keeps his shoulders square. He doesn't get out of alignment. When you're talking about alignment, your shoulders have to be in alignment, your feet, your hips and everything have to be going to it. It's just like pointing and throwing in baseball. When you point and throw, when you're learning, at the little league age, you're pointing and throwing. And this guy has the total package. He's a 23 that's coming back. I think that this guy is probably going to be on some radars after this season, definitely. And then, how important is his spring and his summer going to be next year? He's got to go camping for sure. And I don't know who he plays the 707 with and things like that, but camping in 707, how important is that? Because this is where we get a chance, guys like us get a chance to see you out away from the pads. We get a chance to see you physically. We get a chance to see you eye to eye as well outside of the pads. But all of those things play a part in the whole development today in today's game, in today's high school game at the elite level that kids are performing now. This guy's got the total package. He can run it, like you said. He looks to pass first, but he can get it done with his feet as well. Very elusive on the run. So I can tell by the way he moves, his read option game is definitely on point. And I like the way he moves. Very impressive film and a great pick. I can see why he's on the scouts radar. He's definitely going to be making some noise now. And if I'm not mistaken, Brennan's only lost one game, or they undefeated.
They're undefeated right now.
That's what I thought. Okay, so and that's a 6A school. They should be ranked.
Yeah.
They should be ranked in the top 20 for sure.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. And I know you can speak to this, and as well as Mike. I'd have to pull up some of the publications as far as rankings go, but I would be interested to find out where they kind of lie in the scheme of things as far as rankings go, because let's just be honest, the DFW, Houston area, and even Austin may get a little more love than San Antonio, and definitely East Texas when it comes to those rankings. And I thought I was pretty spot on that they were undefeated. I've shout out to my guy B Damona along the wire. His rankings and stuff is pretty spot on, and Brennan was, I think, in the top 2 or 3 of his rankings this week.
Yeah. Look for them. I think this year with everything that they have on offense and defense, special teams weapons that they have, and especially the coaching over there. I expect them to make a deep run in the playoffs. I mean, they're going to be a problem for plenty of teams. And the thing about it is they have that defense and that running game that can travel. You know what I'm saying? So I expect some big things from them this coming season. San Antonio area, um, right now it seems like they're a step ahead as far as talent level because of how long those players have been together and grown to where I think that they are keeping a level head. They should make it through this season into the playoffs without a loss.
Okay.
I know that's big. I know that's a big call, but from what I've seen, and like I'm saying, I have not been able to see them in person, not because of any fault of my own, Ashton, but because they won't let us go over there and check y'all out at the game. But just like I said before to any other players that are in Northside ISD, all you got to do is get me your film, get me your highlights. We will push it out here. We will push it out on 2MGE. I'll push it out on my site. Marc pushes everything out on his. He's got, top Texas prospects. He's got third coast gridiron. And we got all these platforms.
Yep.
And Red Zone Texas. We got all of these platforms for y'all as well. So just because we can't get over there and check all out don't mean that we will not support Northside ISD students, man.
Well, definitely, that's something, that's a whole nother thing. And, the kudos to y'all for treading the water to get through it, because it's murky and you're still trying to do it. And, even though the odds are stacked against the exposure that they are limiting in, their kids, you guys are still plugging away at it. And that's
still do it, man.
Absolutely.
It's for them kids. So we will do everything possible that we can do to get their names out there. You got coaches that reach out. Matter of fact, had a D1 coach just followed me today. And whenever there's something that I can do or any kids out there that need the exposure, hey, even if we retweet it, and not all athletes are going to go to D1 schools, but we've got coaches from D1, D2, D3, NAIA, JUCO, all of those coaches that we get information out to. So just because you don't pick up that D1 offer, there may be a D3 or a D2 coach that be like, hey, let me get this guy a shot.
Right. It's just about spreading the wealth, or extending
bro.
Like octopus has 8 arms. Each arm branches off, and that's the way that tree. Just like a coaching tree. It branches off to each one, and that's what the Scouts Radar is all about. Now we're already at Brennan, so let's stay in that area. We're gonna jump on the defensive side, and the quarterback of Brennan's defense, Alyzha Williams, linebacker. Talk about him just a little bit.
Shout out to my boy James Harrell. Actually put me on to Alyzha. Have not seen him play, so I got to take a look at his highlights, hit up some other people about him. Did ask my boy B Damone about him as well. And from what I see on the film in this kid, man, this young man, I do not see why 6 foot, 170 pounds, runs a 4.5 40, plays sideline to sideline, uses his hands well, very decisive once he sees a play, fights off blocks, sheds through blocks, takes double teams, goes and is a sure tackler. I'm not diving at ankles. I'm not diving from behind. He's coming up and he's sticking you face mask to your chest. Just a very aggressive, And he plays this position so well. Man, it's a joy when you see someone that plays the position. And I hate to say this, but I'm gonna compare him to NFL or pros. You know what I'm saying? So you have an expectation of what they're supposed to look like. Then you get to a good college, and you see those guys on TV playing it. Ashton plays this position so well that I definitely see him playing on Saturdays. Ashton, how Alyzha has no offers, I don't get it. But that's what we are going to change, Marc. This young man, everything that I just said about him, true linebacker, motor, plays from side to side, sideline to sideline, fills the hole, takes on double teams, fights off blocks. I mean, what else can you say about it? Alyzha Williams, you are on the scouts radar just for this reason, young man, and we are definitely going to blow this up for you.
Well, we're talking about a guy that's instinctful. He has a knack for just being in the right place at the right time. He keeps his shoulders square. And like you said, let's be honest. We got guys out there that like to cut tackle. This guy's
Yeah.
not. No, he's gonna cut
Mm-mm.
right through. His head stays up. He closes down those little spaces and angles at the linebacker position that you want to. I even venture to say that he could probably play in the box as a safety at the next level. Now, I need to see more film of him covering, but looking at his size and his instincts, he could definitely come down. Play a rover type. In a 3-3-5 setting.
Yeah.
Come and just in certain blitz packages play in space, and roam to each side, wherever you want him to do. I mean, watching the film, he closes so quickly, and he deciphers the play quickly, and he gets to the ball or like with reckless abandon. This is your classic linebacker. Now, with him being about 6 foot 6'1" and probably hovering around 180, 185, maybe 190, he's got the frame to put on some more weight. And then he's always around the ball. So far he's had a fumble return. This guy's man. I don't understand it either, and this is why
That's
he's
what I'm
on the
saying.
scouts. Yeah, I don't
Exactly,
understand.
man.
No offers. That don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, I'm gonna push it to a couple coaches that I know as well that are probably definitely see this tape and wonder why this guy doesn't have any offers. And this is what the Scouts Radio is all about. It's about exposure. It's about getting kids talked about. Start the conversation is what it is. We're
Exactly.
starting a conversation about you. We're starting a conversation about your ability. And these there's a lot of thought that goes into this. We talk about and we convene and we trade notes about all of these kids that we've been talking about from week to week. And the reason they're being picked may be because they're being slighted, because they're not being seen. But we want to
Yep.
get you on the radar and get you, hey, if you want to play at the next level, this is the route to go, and we're gonna get you there. So definitely, I like everything about Elijah's game. He's definitely making an impact down there for Brennan, and that's why they're undefeated right now.
Exactly.
All right, next up, we're gonna come up to the DFW area, and this young man is on a tear.
Oh,
And this man is on a tear. Let me run some stats at you right quick. RL, 36
go ahead.
receptions,
Go ahead. 36. 36
650,
receptions.
36 now, almost
Mm-hmm.
700 yards, right under 700 yards of offense,
700.
receiving. All right, close to it.
Almost
I,
700 receiving yards.
right, and we halfway through the season.
We halfway through and he already got almost 700. Okay.
Almost
Okay.
5 TDs, and then peak game now. He tossed a TD the other week.
I heard about that. I heard about this dude. This dude threw a touchdown.
Threw a touchdown. We're talking about my guy Koda Bridges from Hebron High
Koda
School.
Bridges.
Koda Bridges.
The
Now,
cowboy hater himself.
now look, I won't jump into that. Shout out to Koda Bridges. Shout out to Pops Jack
Shout out to
Bridges.
Jack.
Shout out to Jack, man. But let's dive into my guy. Also, congratulations, he picked up an offer from Presbyterian College this
Congrats.
week. He's taking a couple visits, but we're talking about your classic receiver that knows how to get open. If you ever heard of the phone booth type quickness, This is a guy that can make you miss inside a phone book. We're talking about his 5-10-5, his split. That's cat quick. He knows how to get open. He reads coverages very well. He knows how to sit down in zones. He catches with his hands. A lot of receivers sometimes, and not every time you can make this type of catch. Sometimes you have to do certain things, but he's one of those hands catchers. Boom, he flashes, and when he gets open, speed to take the top off. We're talking about a guy that's about a 4.40. He checks all the boxes. I mean, I don't know what else I can say. His class of 2022. Again, he just picked up his first offer earlier today, and that's Takoda Bridges from Hebron High School. I'm waiting on my creds right now for a couple spots, but as soon as I hear back from one or the other, I may be taking a trip. If not this week, I'm definitely going to see Koda live. I've been had a chance to see him a lot. Shout out to my guy, Coach Marc Hooks from Sky's the Limit. He's one of the guys in his camp, and we're talking about a guy that's got next level potential, next level talent, and he likes to eat.
Gonna be there.
He gonna be there. He gonna be there. He gonna be there. He greedy with it when it comes to wanting that ball.
Well, besides the fact that I've been teasing him and Jack about Koda being a Cowboys hater, everything else I love about this kid, man. I've been a fan for a couple of years of Koda, bro. And I joke with his dad all the time. I'll be telling him, like, this is unfair. When I'm sorry, I mean, you can scout, as you going into the week playing a team, you scout these receivers and you know what they can do. Right. And you got a guy that's standing 12 yards off of him and he runs past him like he's standing still.
Right.
Koda has so much speed. And the thing that coaches will love about Koda is he has the hands to catch it. He also has that athletic ability to adjust his body in the air and catch the football with all hands. He has one thing that coaches always ask about, what is his speed like? Yes, he has that twitch. He's going to get open. He's going to stop on a dime. He's going to make these cuts. He's going to run this route. But the thing they always ask about, and y'all listen to me, coaches always want to know, okay, what's that long range speed? How long can you keep up that top speed? When he gets out there and he's running that route, if that quarterback hits him, he doesn't slow down.
Right.
That's that speed there where that 4.4 speed, man, this guy is so fast and so quick. I've loved his game for the longest. And the thing about Koda is, if you look at him from year to year, well, really I've watched a couple now, the highlights. From game to game, you see something different that he's worked on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's right. Okay. This week he's coming off the line. He's beating you off the line. The next week they're playing off of him. Okay, I'm gonna run by you. The next week I'm gonna cut across the middle. I'm gonna catch it. And then you just said this past week, dude, threw a touchdown. I'm like, come on, man. He just got his first D1 offer. Congratulations to you on that, Koda. First D1 offer. That is great. That is really great. But I'm telling you right now, that's not the last that you will see.
Definitely.
That is definitely not.
He's been getting some odds. I think they've taken a couple of visits as well.
Yeah.
The first one, I think it just takes one. And it usually is a trickle down effect. And that's just the way that the recruiting game works. They want to see, hey, well, why did they offer him? And they could be somebody in their conference or whatever. Okay, well, because this school, I believe, is in North Carolina. It's on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? So it just takes one. And then after that, it continues to trickle after that and continues to go.
Opens that floodgate. Yep.
Opens the floodgates because we're midway through the season and he's already close to the 700-yard mark. He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season. Hebron is definitely looking towards the playoffs as well. So definitely, you want to check this young man out. Hebron High School in Louisville area, DFW, man. One of the most talented receivers, in the state. But shout out to Coach Bridges. State, not just the DFW. in the
No,
state.
in the state, for real. I'm telling you, if you have not seen Koda's highlights, man, I say
Check
it
it out.
all the time, man. Film don't lie.
The eye in the
Film does
sky.
not lie. You will know exactly what I'm talking about, what we're harping on right now. This young man's speed and hands and athletic ability is just he's definitely the floodgates will open up for this young man. Y'all check him out. Film does not lie.
It won't lie, man. And shout out to Takoda Bridges again. Hebron High School, man. And now we're going to take a little trip to East Texas now. A young freshman, 2025 running back, Kamran Williams from Jefferson High School. This was my guy, B Spice Showtime. That was his pick this week. He's flashy, man, for a young 2025 for, you're just getting the varsity. He's got speed. He's got cutting ability on a dime. If it's anything, and we talked about this, and I'm sure you'll elaborate on this, Cam or Cameron, uh, just your ball handling. You know what I'm saying? We watched the film, and you'll learn that as you continue to mature to get older, how to switch the ball when you're running to the left, so that you can use your free arm to the right and vice versa. But as far as explosiveness, he has. He can go the distance from anywhere, and the film shows it. I mean, we're talking about a guy that's going to be on the map here in the next couple of years. The office is going to flood in. Once his film hits, the major airways. This kid has the juice. He has the juice.
I wrote down a couple notes. I looked at his film. He was at Jefferson in East Texas. He's a freshman running back. And the thing about it is you look at Cameron and you think about, before you even look at him, you think, okay, he's a freshman running back on varsity. We all know, some freshmen when they get on varsity, them bright lights on Friday nights, boy, that'll hit them a little bit. No, Cameron shines. Cameron shines. He has really nice vision when he runs that football. He's running between the tackles. He's got nice vision. He's got the footwork there. Like Marc was saying, also he's got to work on the ball handling, taking those handoffs. Make sure we're switching the rock. When you're running to the left and that sideline's on your left, that ball need to be over there. Make sure you're working on that. But I think with what he has right now and what he presents to his team in this game right now, him working with a running back coach is really going to put Cameron on the map. He get with the good running back coach that's going to work on those little fine technical things about running the football, tightening up that footwork, tightening up the cuts. He's already going to stick his head in there, so he has no fear. He's going to run in there. If you step in front of him, he's not slowing down or dancing away from you. He will put a shoulder down into you. That's shown on the film as well. And one good thing about him is that I see there's so much room that he can make for improvement on his explosion through the hole. He has it now, but you can see that he has a burst that is still waiting to come. You know what I'm saying? Because once he gets through there and he sees the hole on the outside, he's gone. He's gonna hit that cut and he's gone. Now we got to get him to make that burst when he first sees that hole, hit that 3 hole, hit that 4 hole, hit that, and then make that next burst. Cameron, we're gonna remember your name in the next couple of years, young man. You're gonna be up there. You're gonna be up there. There's gonna be somebody knocking on that mailbox and in that paperwork in there say, hey, we need you to come take a look at the school. So remember, Scouts Radar put you on there and we're telling everybody about him. Kamran Williams from Jefferson High School.
Well, in this part of the world, it's known as Beast Texas, man, and this is one of those guys that's going to be on everybody's radar here pretty soon because of his athletic ability and the things that he can do with the football in his hand. Like you said, speed and power is there already. It's there
as a freshman, man.
As a freshman.
As a freshman, now I mean that right there just lets you know he's just beginning. Right. For him to have that talent now, and once he improves on it, once he works at his craft, like I said, he's just a freshman. Once he works at his craft, he's still got time to grow. He's still got time to put on some more weight, put on some more muscle, and gain some more speed. Y'all gonna remember that name.
Remember that name, man. He's on his way, man. And Shout out to, again, these we got a lot of these position guys, especially offensively, but those guys up front are doing a heck of a job. They're making a
Yeah.
lot of big holes for him down there in Jefferson. Very physical offensive line watching the tape. So, shout out to the coaching staff, those O-line coaches, and those guys up front, man. They're doing a hell of a job of making it easy for Cam to
And
hit.
all and all these players, man, believe me, man, we're giving y'all this shine, whoever you may be. We may talk about an offensive lineman, D lineman, kicker, deep long snapper, whoever it may be. Tag your teammates. Give them the same opportunity, man, because we may not know them and we can't see them because we're not over there. But that does not mean that we will not give them the same shine. It may not be on the show this week, but hey, Marc got plenty of platforms. We got the platforms. We will definitely retweet this stuff out because there's a coach out there looking for somebody on your team.
Absolutely. I mean, and coaches pay attention to social media now. It's big. It's big.
Oh man,
It's
man, they
big.
wake up to social media just like we do.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's something that and here that's a great segue into our last guy who got seen because of social media. His name is Jam Bizor, Jack Yates High School in the Houston area, 6'3", 240. And I just happened to run across this right not a couple of hours before we came across because I do have the Third Coast Gridiron that focuses on Houston area. Jack Yates is at HISD school. If you don't know anything, the average person may not know about Jack Yates, but the football aficionado, the football junkie like myself and RL, you've heard of Jack Yates High School. The
Yes,
1985 Jack
sir.
Yates High School was one of the best pound for pound teams in high school football history. When this is a school that was my rival high school in high school, so I know everything about Jack Yates High School. This is the next great Jack Yates defensive lineman. We'll talk about Dexter Manley, if you remember, played for the Washington Redskins.
Oh,
This is the high school that he went to. This is the next great defensive lineman coming out of Jack Yates High School. Jam Bizor is what you want to see. He just picked up an offer from the University of California, Cal Berkeley, the Cal Bears. He is coming. He is locked and loaded when he comes around that corner. He's your classic 4-3 defensive end. He's got that long lean. When he leans on you, he leans on you. He's coming with reckless abandon. He's coming off that corner. He's got his hand in the dirt, and he closes very well. A quarterback's in trouble when they see this is a guy you have to game plan. He beats double teams well. He uses his hands well. His get off. When he gets off, man, it's 2 or 3 steps and he's in the backfield.
yeah.
An average offensive tackle doesn't have a chance against this guy, and he's strong at the point of attack. No center of gravity. Uses his pad level well. If you try to cut him, he's getting right back up.
Yeah.
This guy's a problem, man. I'm going to shout out to Booker T. Washington, my old high school. They're 3-2 right now. Big win last week over Fur. And they're doing some big things. And I was going to make a trip to see them on a Saturday, but they play JY in a couple of weeks. I'm gonna have to see what I can do because I kind of want to be able to see both of them at one time. I don't talk about this a whole lot, but this used to be must see TV when I was in school. You had Jack Yates and my school, Washington, were 2 of the best in the city. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't even talk about the bands. We ain't even got to that part yet. We're talking about sold out. You know what I'm saying? When you hear about Slab City, this is Slab City when we came out to play. Now they
Hello,
did.
fam.
Now I won't lie to you. I never beat Yates when I was in high school. But they had some dogs. If you ever heard of Big Pokey's from JY. Big Mo, JY played against him. R.I.P. Floyd George lined up right against him. We're talking about guys that are legends in the Houston area, came from this particular high school. And from looking at the film, this guy is on his way already to being that type of player, that type of impact player from Jack Yates. I mean, we're talking about a guy that's already 6'3", 240, and he's a man amongst boys. It's hard for him to block you, man. And I'm going on and on about this, but, I sent this to you in a very short time, and I knew you were going to jump, you were gonna jump out your chair when you saw this. And this is the type of talent that we want to showcase on the Scouts radar, because I'm gonna just be honest with you. HISD don't get this kind of love. You know what I'm saying? And one thing on the Third Coast Gridiron that I try to focus every week is I try to, talk about some of the HISD schools, from Lamar to Heights. Been talking about Booker T a lot this year, and JY as well. They don't get that kind of love, and I usually try to mention those guys, and even up in the DFW area or Fort Worth ISD, Dallas ISD, they just don't get that type of love that the South Lakes get, the Lake Travises, the
Yeah.
North Shores, that Tascasitas, the Den guys. I'm speaking about all these teams because these are the ones I've seen this year. But when I saw this, and shout out to Cam Bizor. He followed me back right away. I'm gonna try to get an interview with him here in the next couple of weeks. But this guy, I could go on and on. This is when I saw this on social media, I just happened to run across it, and my eyes got big. I said, we got to get this guy on there. We had one more slot left, and this guy made it because I saw him on social media. And he's a 2023, so that means he's coming back next year. He's just scratching the surface.
Yeah.
So I took up a lot of time talking about it, but I know that you got some things that you want to talk about as well. But this is the kind of kid that we like to see on the Scouts radar, because when things start to shut down and we go into that other mode in January, Cam is not going to get this kind of this kind of praise.
Right.
Now I will say that he should be, shout out to Coach O and my guy Coach Tuck over at Trench Warfare. I wouldn't be surprised if I run up on him, because he's that type of talent and he would shine at those type of camps.
But it's those type of camps that he needs to go to shine, bro. Because like you said, once that other season starts, and if y'all don't know what he's talking about that 7-on-7 season. When that 7-on-7 season starts, those guys who got their hand in the dirt, they got to have some other aspects, camps, combines, trench warfare, all of that. Shout out Coach O and them. That stuff is geared around type of players like Cam. Cam Bizor. Let me go on and talk about Cam Bizor. He's a class of 2023, meaning that he has another year. He's already 6'3", 240, 245, which means he's got another year to grow. He's got another year to work on his craft. I can see right now that a lot of this stuff that he's doing, he's been coached up really well. But once he perfects that, once he works at it for another year, this young man is going to be your classic D1 defensive end. I just got his film from my fam there. My eyes got big when I'm looking at it. I'm like, wait a minute, this young man here is already doing a spin move and beating folks. So imagine once he works on it, he perfects that spin move with a dip and a spin. Then he's got it to where he's working. People are diving at his legs. He's pushing people off. He's getting up off the ground, making tackles. I saw him make tackles in the backfield. The only thing that I would say for him to work on more is get that endurance up. Make sure you keep working on your endurance, Cam. You want to make sure that you're in there for those first 3 downs. Because if you work to your potential, I don't see a lot of teams going to 4th down wanting to go for it, because they're going to have a long distance. Cam is powerful. Cam uses his hands extremely well. Them long arms that he has, he uses those long arms extremely well. Working on his quickness will help him a lot, but his quickness right now is so much better than what's in front of him that he's blowing by people already. So imagine once he gets with a deep man. Hold on, let me break this out, fam. Once he get with a true defensive end coach, or he goes to a camp like Trench Warfare, and he gets to get instruction from someone who actually coaches and played the position, how much better do you think he would be doing that?
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
just saying that the sky's the limit for him, man. He's already got the size. He has
right,
the speed and the technique with it. Oh,
right.
man.
Well, it looks like he did get some of that work, and I can tell now from looking at the film, just rolling through his Twitter a little bit earlier. He got so shout out to my guy Mike West. He's one of the best trainers in Houston, trapping in the trenches.
There
He
we
did
go.
so he's on it, and now
Yeah.
looking at it, I can tell that he was working on that this spring, and that's why he's got that get off. Now he for your average offensive lineman, he's gonna be too much.
He's gonna be too much, man.
He's gonna be too
And
much
you
for
can
him.
already tell that he's too much because you got teams that are double teaming him that are also chipping him with a darn tight end or with a running back because they already planning for him. They know we got to stop him in order to be able to do something.
Right,
And he's got another year to go.
another year, another year.
Man, you say he's over there with Coach West?
Mike West is one of the guys. Shout out to my guy Mike West. He's one. He trains a lot of kids. He's had 7-on-7 and all this kind of a whole organization down in the Houston area.
Bruh,
He
let
he
him. He
does.
got another year.
He's got another year, and he's
Ooh.
coming. He's coming, man. Shout out to JY. Shout out to Third Ward High. I think that these guys are probably. I'm pretty sure. I'm telling you now, they're gonna be a playoff team because they've been winning. And he's going to be one of the catalysts coming on that defensive end. The thing that's going to be, a lot of times that we run into with inner city schools is just the depth. The too deep. A lot of these guys play both ways, and they just get tired when it gets to a numbers game and they start to get to the third round and stuff, and they start running into teams that just have the more numbers, and that's where we kind of to the issues at. But I think that this is looking like a classic Yates team that could probably make some noise, and I'm pulling for them actually to continue their winning ways. Shout out to JY again, Third Ward High. I think I'm gonna have to make a trip to the H and get to see them against Washington. That's gonna be a pretty good game. You know what I'm saying? It'll be two teams that'll be classic. This could be, both teams are surging in the right direction in a couple of weeks. They both could be still undefeated in the district. It'll be for the district championship because, this is big. And then it's like we go back to what we've been saying. I just happened to run across this on social media, just kind of running across it, and I said, man, this dude is jumping off the screen at me, and I couldn't help myself. I said, let me send this to my guy because I know he's gonna like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
And again, congratulations. He just picked up his first offer from Cal in California. So if that's coming, I think the floodgates about to open up for him as the season progresses. So.
Oh yeah. If Cal done looked at him and that's the West Coast, you still ain't had Texas ain't even looked at him yet.
No.
Well, they had already looked at him, but ain't nobody did nothing. But that's gonna be that catalyst. They're gonna be like, hold on. You can't come to our state and not and try to pick our talent out. So watch, you'll have them other Texas schools coming soon. You're gonna have them. Oh, I would not be surprised if you had some Oklahomas.
Yeah.
And a couple Florida schools.
Right.
Matter of fact, because I know a couple Florida schools that I'm gonna put him on the list that's gonna go over there to them Florida schools.
Right. Yeah, but he go to school, right? Where's U of H? He go just right across the street.
Man, don't tell me he's over there by Scott.
Yes, JY is right off Scott, bro.
Man, that's Timmy Chan area.
That Timmy Chan, baby, Frenchies. You know what they do. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, go over there and give me a five piece with some stir fried rice and give me that red Kool-Aid.
Man, absolutely. This guy's right there.
Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about that. This is my boy talking about that.
Show. This a whole.
No, I said Kool-Aid. I ain't say red drink. I ain't say red soda. You go over there and get the red and grape Kool-Aid. All Scott.
It kind of make your jaws tight. Absolutely.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Man, you can't. Kool-Aid's the one. You know what I'm saying?
That's it,
man. That's it.
That's the one. When you drink that Kool-Aid, man, I know we finna age ourselves right now. We finna do it right now. but when you drink that Kool-Aid, it makes you think back in the day when they had that old Kool-Aid. I make Kool-Aid for my family. That's kind of Kool-Aid that is, boy. When he said make your jaws tight,
right. You know what I'm saying? But from that part of the area, we don't say it's lit. We say it's going down. So it's
That's
you know what
it.
I'm saying? It's going down when you get that to that area. You know what I'm saying? It's for real. But that's a whole nother subject.
Yeah,
Again, this is
yeah.
R.L. Martin, Mark Henry, for the Scouts Radar. R.L., give out all your social medias where everybody can get at you and tag you and get that film to you.
I'm gonna get this out to you. Look, we've got 2MGE underscore on Twitter. You got RL underscore Martin on Twitter. You got, of course, you got the Scouts Radar. Um, One more thing I want to say to y'all is athletes, heed my words here. Take care of your grades and make sure that you are taking those tests very seriously. Those SAT and ACT scores. The reason that I say that being, if you take your grades and put them on the top of the shelf, right below that you've got your football. When your grades hit and your GPA is up high, it helps you get into schools when you don't master the SAT or the ACT. Meaning that if your GPA is a 3.8 and you score a 960 on your SAT, that helps you get into that school that you're trying to get into. But if you've got a 2.7 and you've got a 860, 900 on the SAT, that may be what keeps you from qualifying to go to that school. And when they look at all of that, that may hold back your offers because that score they got to get, they only have so many waivers that they can get put in for you. Help yourself out and bring that GPA up as high as you possibly can. And you have multiple times to take that SAT and ACT. Take them. Keep going. You never know. You score 860. I'll tell you right now, personal experience. My own son scored an 840. Go take it again, son. Scored an 860. Go take it again, son. Scored a 920. Go take it again, son. 960. Next thing you know, offers start coming in. All because his GPA went up and his test score went up. Y'all heed that word. You take your education seriously, especially if you want to go to that next level. You show those coaches that, hey, I can do this on the football field, but you also don't have to worry about me in the classroom because I'm going to take care of my business and I'm going to be eligible to play.
Man, well, those are gems, that should be a student athlete is expressed. That's what it
Student
is.
is first.
Student is first. And that also allows you to get more money. That allows you to be recruited more at all across the levels. Because, what you don't see behind the scenes is those guys that play on Saturdays, the Alabamas, the Floridas, the Texases, the OUs, those guys are pretty good students in the classroom as well. They didn't just get there just off at they have to check off all the boxes as well in the classroom and in the community. So think about all of those things. Be well rounded. Check your boxes off if you don't have it. And then, like you said, on your Twitters, put that information on there. A lot of guys do the right thing and put 3.4 GPA. Hey, Cam Bosler's got a 3.4 GPA. By the way, he's not gonna get it. He's not gonna get it off from Cal Berkeley if he don't check the boxes off in the classroom. Just that little nugget, man. And keep watching the Scouts Radar for me at Marc Info for Marc Sports.
Go ahead. Yeah, don't tell them all. Tell them all of yours, bro. All of them. That man is all over the place, y'all.
At Third Gridiron at TXTP Show and Prep Red Zone Texas as well. I'm all over the place. Trying to get as much information out on guys, and also follow Branded Sports as well, man. Shout out to my guy Nick Dubose over there.
Nick.
Shout out Nick, man. Branded. I write a piece over there once a week. And so we're doing big things, and we're trying to get as much information out of. So if I get eyes on you, most likely you're gonna pop up somewhere, on one of those Twitters somewhere. So, get with us, man. Keep enjoying us, and shout out to all the coaches and parents and everybody that's sharing it, that's been watching, man. And next week our humble host should be back in the house. Shout out to Spiced Up Productions, B Spice. He should be. My guy Mike Morris. Man, he's working the midnight oil over there, man. Yeah. He got a new promotion. Shout out to him as well. Scouts Radar's not going anywhere. Those two
Hey,
will be back.
shout out to my dude Rashad Owens. Shawty, I see you, boy. Got his first touchdown up there at OSU.
UTSA.
No. Oklahoma State.
Okay.
Rashad Owens at Oklahoma State got his first touchdown this past Saturday. Show him what we do down in the 210, boy. I see you, Shawty.
I was gonna say UTSA. I did have a chance to look at them against UNLV a little bit. They doing their thing, man. Shout out to
The
UTSA.
runners, boy.
Absolutely.
The runners was down there doing big things, boy.
Man, we appreciate you joining us here on the Scouts Radar. Until next week, I am Marc Henry on the Marc Sports. R.L. Martin, we out.
Appreciate y'all.